Can I take a picture of it?
Yeah, sure.
I don't have my phone. Justina's gonna love that. Oh, this is original.
The beginning of
I'm sorry. You gave me something like a toy. I'm Arthur Harari. I'm the co-writer of Anatomy of a Fall, directed by Justine Triet. The film is about a woman whose husband is found dead at her home in the Alps. She's accused of having murdered her husband, and they have a kid, and the film will be about the inquiry and then the trial. And we are now in the Margaret Herrick library, and I'm surrounded with all these documents and original scripts of Anatomy of a Murder by Otto Preminger, The Boston Strangler by Richard Fleischer, and Opening Night by John Cassavetes. These films are big influences for Justine and me.
We have the Saul Bass papers, and he did the opening title artwork.
Yep. Wow.
It's just beautiful.
I can touch?
Yes, of course.
Wow, that's beautiful. Yeah, it's a legendary artwork. Anatomy of a Murder is one of the greatest classics of courtroom dramas, and it's one of the most modern also in its topics and its construction. There's a scene in which the character played by George C. Scott, he wants the character played by Lee Remick, who has been raped. He's trying to imply that she provoked the rape, and he's doing so in getting closer and closer to her, almost in a sexual way. And it's like a rape scene, just talking, and it's very, very disturbing.
You mean to say, Mrs. Mannion, a lovely woman like yourself, attracted to men, lonely, restless, that you never once...
Objection, Your Honor.
And we didn't go in that direction exactly, but the way the prosecutor in the film repeatedly asks some mean questions, particularly in terms of bisexuality.
Est-ce que vous cherchez à vous détendre d'un quotidien difficile en créant une échappatoire agréable avec cette jeune
Je
femme?
rappelle que Madame Voiter n'est pas à l'initiative de cette rencontre.
Répondez, Madame Voiter.
It was inspired by this scene and this character.
We have the Richard Fleischer papers with the final script. So
Like, you mean this is the one he had?
it is a clean copy of the final script.
The confrontation between Henry Fonda and Tony Curtis. Henry Fonda is trying to bring back to the conscience of Tony Curtis the memory of his murders. Inside the mind of Tony Curtis, there's a kind of struggle. And from time to time, he's projected in his past.
Do you feel very badly?
At first, I didn't believe it. That he was dead, I didn't. But after I knew it really happened, I felt bad. I parked for some reason.
Did you get out of the car?
This influenced very much at the end of Anatomy of a Fall. Daniel, he's telling the story of his father in the car. We also had the intention of the boy is in the courtroom, and then we're in the car, and at the back seat, we wanted, and we shot it, to put another Daniel with the same outfit he has in the trial, and it didn't work. It was close to work. It was like too complicated. For this scene, we see the father, and it's the voice of the child lip-synced with the lips of the father.
Il est peut-être fatigué, hein. S'occuper toujours des autres. Peut-être qu'un jour il n'en pourra plus. C'est possible.
This is something we pushed it very far in the editing room, and it was not meant to be that way in the script. When we found this, it was obvious that we didn't need the second Daniel in the car. It was a very exciting invention because it's really a way for us to say that maybe the boy is inventing.
This was actually the prop for the, and it's empty inside, but
It's a
the
fake theater program, The Second Woman. A great title. Opening Night is maybe his most impressive film in terms of character. His films are inquiries, and a lot of them are inquiries on women and what is it to be a woman in our modern age.
Well, love moves at a hell of a rate of speed, doesn't it?
For Anatomy of a Fall, I would say it's a question of how far you can go in the portrait of a woman without hesitating in the darkest aspects of this character.
I am not that I'm not that monster, you know? Everything you hear in the trial, it's just, it's twisted, you know?
What's fascinating with Cassavetes is that apart from this film, Woman Under the Influence, that had quite a success, after this film, none of his films had any success. And it was more and more difficult for him to make films. And now everybody's talking of Cassavetes as one of the heroes of independent cinema, but almost nobody believed in him at the end. It's so sad. It's something we should remember, that some of these classic films have been very sadly received. So it's not only happiness at the time you make films, it's perseverance and faith. And these films at different levels have influenced Justine and me. We watch them again and again and again. It's like playing some music. We need them.